Even if you have never successfully saved in the past, or you are currently earning a low income and you're worried about this amount being unattainable, I want you to keep in mind that with some strategic planning and with financial resiliency, you can definitely save $10,000 as well. Hey everyone, my name is Bola Shokunbi. I'm the founder and CEO of Clever Girl Finance, and welcome to Clever Girl Finance TV. So in today's video, we're going to talk about how to save $10,000 over the next 12 months. And this is something that I have been hearing a lot of people talk about, especially given this season where we're in a pandemic and people are really focused on putting money aside and trying to bulk up their emergency savings, especially if they're fortunate enough to be employed or to have some sort of income coming in. And so I've heard a lot of people say, I want to save $10,000 this year. And so in this video, I'm going to share some key tips on just how you can save $10,000 over the next 12 months. And even if you have never successfully saved in the past, or you are currently earning a low income and you're worried about this amount being unattainable, I want you to keep in mind that with some strategic planning and with financial resiliency, you can definitely save $10,000 as well. So let's talk about these key tips. So the first thing you want to do before you start saving is you want to break down what it means to save this $10,000 over the next 12 months. So before you get started with saving, you want to take this $10,000 and break it down into smaller chunks to make your goal of saving $10,000 over the next 12 months more attainable. And the reason why you do this is so that you can see how much you need to save every month or every 2 weeks or every week, depending on how you get paid, so that you can plan accordingly. So if you were to take $10,000 and divide it by 12 months, then you're looking at saving $833 a month. And if this seems like really way out there for you, then you can adjust your timeline, right? As opposed to focusing on saving this over 12 months, you may choose to focus on saving this over 24 months. And that means as opposed to trying to save $833 a month, you can focus on saving a little over $400 a month. And that $400 multiplied by 24 months will get you to your $10,000 goal as well. If you're focusing on saving this amount over 12 months, well, $833 every month may still sound like a lot, right? So if you get paid bi-weekly, you want to divide it by your bi-weekly paychecks. And that would be about $384 every time you get paid. You can even take it down a step further and break it down into how much you need to save every week in order to get to that goal. And again, if you're focusing on that $833 a month, every week that would be around $190. If your goal instead is to save this $10,000 over 24 months, then every month, like I said, you're looking at saving about $400. Every 2 weeks, you're looking at saving about $192. And every week, you're looking at saving about $95. So when you break down big goals like this, it makes it easier for you to attain. So essentially what you're doing is you're taking that $10,000 that you want to save over the next 12 months or 24 months, and you're breaking it down into monthly chunks, bi-weekly chunks, and weekly chunks. This way, you know exactly what you need to focus on each week, every 2 weeks, or every month as you work towards your big savings goal. So hopefully this approach to breaking down your big savings goal makes you feel more comfortable about being able to achieve that goal. So now let's talk about some key ways in which you can actually save that money. And so I would break it into 3 key categories. Category number 1, you want to figure out how you can cut back on spending. Category number 2, you want to figure out how you can earn more money. And category number 3, you want to figure out ways to automate your savings and make it easier for you to save and less likely for you to slip up. So when it comes to that first category on cutting back on spending, some things you can do could be calling up your service providers and asking them if they have any discounts or any cheaper packages for the services that you have with them. You can take a look at how much you spend eating out or ordering in if this is something that you do a lot, and figure out ways to cut back, for example, by meal planning and leveraging recipes online like on Pinterest to build out a plan for the week so that you are cooking meals at home that you want to eat and that you will enjoy eating as a way to cut back on how much you're ordering out. You can also go through your budget over the last few months and take a good look at the transactions that you have made over time. Are you spending a lot of money on certain things that you don't necessarily need? Are you subscribed to every single streaming platform like Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, Amazon Prime, etc.? Because all those small costs add up over time to a big deal. And if, let's say, you're just focusing on saving that $190 every week to get to your $10,000 in 12 months, or you're focused on saving that $95 every week to get to your $10,000 in 24 months, those small amounts could make a big difference in how much you're able to save. So looking over your budget and looking over your expenses to see if you have opportunities to cut back can really be helpful when it comes to helping you achieve this goal of saving that $10,000. Another thing that can be helpful when it comes to cutting back is trying a spending fast. And this could be a no buy or a low buy spending fast where you don't buy anything or you minimize how much you spend for a number of days or a number of weeks, and you'll be surprised at how much money you're able to save by trying out a spending fast. So the second category I mentioned is finding ways to earn more money. And this is really important because there's only so much you can cut back in your budget. At the end of the day, you still need to spend money on certain things, including your food, your housing, your transportation, your core utilities, and things like that. And so finding ways to increase your income can give you an even greater opportunity to save and also give you the opportunity to accelerate how quickly you're able to meet your savings goal. And so you can find ways to increase your income by finding a better paying job if possible, by getting a part-time job, by selling things that you own but you don't need, by joining the gig economy where you do consulting services or you offer your skills on platforms like Upwork or Fiverr in exchange for payment. And so when it comes to increasing your income, it's all about being creative. And you may have to step outside of your comfort zone. However, it's all about being focused and intentional about how you designate those funds that you're earning towards your savings goal. This way, that extra effort that you're making to earn that income, the time spent, the sleep lost will be all worth it because it will get you closer to your savings goal. And the third category I mentioned is to find ways to automate your savings. And this could be as simple as contacting your payroll department to automate a certain percentage of each paycheck into a designated bank account. It could be opening up a bank account and setting up a feature where you have automatic transfers from one bank account to another, or it could be leveraging features from your existing bank account that allow you to make automatic transfers to your designated savings account on specific dates so that you can put money aside for your savings goal. So when it comes to automating your savings, you want to figure out what options are available to you from your employer if you're employed full-time or part-time, or you want to figure out what options you can leverage from your bank account that you can use to make those automatic deposits. And the reason why automating your savings is important is because when you automate, you're more likely to save. You don't give yourself the opportunity to have those mental debates every time you see the money in your bank account as to, should I save now or should I save later? Should I buy that thing first and figure out how to save later? Because what typically happens when you don't automate is, especially if you're working on building up that muscle of saving consistently, is you'll find yourself having these mental debates. And you'll tell yourself, well, I'll figure out saving later once I'm done buying these groceries or buying those other things, etc. And what typically happens is that that money will find ways to slip through your fingers. And when you come back to it after the fact, you realize that, oh my God, I don't have enough money to save. So automating your savings allows you to pay yourself first. It allows you to designate that money towards your savings right away so you don't have to have that mental battle and you can focus on just earning more money basically. And this way you're more likely to achieve your savings goals. So if you have a goal of saving $10,000 in the next 12 to 24 months, it is entirely possible. You want to take that big goal and break it down into smaller chunks where you know how much you need to save every month, every 2 weeks, or every week, depending on what works best for you. And this way you can build the savings into your budget and plan accordingly. And as you work through these plans to save that money, I also strongly recommend that you find ways to stay motivated. And you can do this by immersing yourself in what it is that you want to achieve, which is improving your personal finances by saving that amount of money, right? And this could be reading books, watching videos on YouTube like this one, finding like-minded friends who are also working on their savings goals. Essentially, you want to find ways to stay motivated, especially because there might be times where things don't go entirely according to plan. And during that season, you want to make sure that you have that motivation that you can lean on to help you power through that situation and stay focused on your goals. So I hope you found this video helpful as you work on saving your own $10,000 over the next 12 to 24 months. If you have enjoyed watching this video, be sure to subscribe to this channel, tell all your best girlfriends about Clever Girl Finance, and definitely head over to our website at clevergirlfinance.com to check out our content. We have a ton of awesome content on the site every single week, and we also have over 30 free courses to help you as you work on improving your finances. And finally, be sure to stop by Instagram and follow and engage with @CleverGirlFinance there. We have a great time on that platform as well. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will talk to you soon.